What is up, y'all? Rate the fit. You can't probably see it all. I'm wearing the chain, the gold chain with the golden cross, green, like polo neck with some brown pants. It's ready for summer, y'all. I used to say I wasn't a summer person because I like layering a lot, but I've been like heavily leaning into the kind of grandpa old money aesthetic, bro. It fits me so well. I'm gonna get a perm soon, and hopefully that looks better. But we're back at the parking lot, actually. Same parking lot, different spot. I was gonna film this outside, but I didn't really have a lot of because it's like so windy. The video would have been scuffed. And it's probably, you can probably hear the AC a little bit, but I think that's fine. The only bad thing is that I have to kind of lean forward, or otherwise the camera doesn't pick up. Just because like my whole car is like tinted as hell, and I could like lift this up, but I think that fucks up the AC, the lighting even more. But back to this, like what I want to talk about is like the idea that like in life, it's only you. It's truly only you, and your only competition is you. And this kind of ties into everything aspects of your life, like work, like emotions, relationships, well-being, kind of everything. Because the way we are, and a lot of the times, is like we tend to compare to people, and like that goes into work as well, relationships, like working out. We look at other people and we're like, why not me? And why that? Why can I have this? Why am I not like that? I'm so behind, they're ahead of me. And all that really does not matter, because the only person you should be looking at is kind of yourself. We all have our lives, we're all going at different paces, and that's where it ties in that like it's only you against you. As long as you're improving yourself from you were like a day before, you're fine. And I finished Atomic Habits. If you haven't read it, Atomic Habits, it's a really good book. Kind of tells you how to build, it helps you kind of create that framework on how to start taking like habits and actions that you want to like improve upon, and like kind of help apply it into help with your life. But one of the thing was that, you know, let's say this was like a reference. This goes into the whole topic about like being able to atomicize, because the reason why the book is called Atomic Habits is because it says that you should start with a small habit and slowly build it on. And we learn how atoms work, that, you know, once you pair them, they're small at part, but they build into a bigger thing once so many habits, so many atoms built in together. And one of the big things was that, you know, improving yourself by one habit, representing that as like 1%. And let's say you improve yourself at least 1% every day. That sort of compounds, because 1% of what you were yesterday is that 1% of today is worth more than yesterday, because you're constantly improving. And it the way that he like showed this metaphor was that at what point is someone rich? Say you give someone a quarter, are they rich? And if you keep giving them a quarter, that there has to be a line that when this person is considered rich, no matter if it's like a quarter, right? It's worth 25 cents, but he has a fuck ton of them, so he's rich. So, and when we apply that to habits, that no one habit will change our lives, but after building upon them and compounding them, those amount of habits actually make you rich in life and fulfilled. And that, I think that was like, I could probably do a whole video about like why, like how to build good habits, and kind of like summarize that book. Because great read though, I would read it a lot. I'm reading a different book that I'll probably see if I can tie it into the video. But I think that's the main thing, is like, you know, kind of taking control of yourself, your life is all on you. You know, a lot of the times, and of course, I like not to invalidate people who have like unfortunate circumstances there's things that are gonna affect you, but I think it's the message that you're always in control. And we shouldn't be using that as a way to belittle people, but as a way to kind of encourage them that, no matter where you are, you still have the power to get that life that you want and shape the life that you want. And I try to tie that into kind of my life aspect that, as corny as this is, I think it was the solar eclipse where I kind of like made the commitment to myself that, like, what the heck was it? I made the commitment to myself that I'm gonna live the life that I want to live. And the solar eclipse was a like kind of representation that this is a new start for me, and I'm gonna live that life I want. Cause like when I think about myself and like how I would consider myself a very caring, loving person to everyone. I want to be a good person, not for the sense to like credibility or for like anything. I just believe that you should just be a good person, and I show love to the people around me, but not in a people-pleasing sense. But when I realized that, if I like even 1% of the love I've shown to other people and the amount of like sacrifice and priority I would have shown to other people to myself, I would have been 10 times, I would have been a million times happier. And I don't mean that you should just be selfish and self-centered, but to take the time to prioritize yourself in life. And it's not a selfish thing to do what you want and do what makes you happy, because at the end you only have yourself. And I wish I would have realized that sooner. I definitely did learn a lot. I think these past few months I've like really been like internalizing, like do introspection of like who I want to be, what kind of life I want to live, and who I want around me. And it took a while. It took a fuck ton to like get to that point. And little PTSD, not PTSD, kind of remind me of something, like the reason why, as embarrassing, I don't think it's that embarrassing, but some people might find it, like the girl who I was talking to, really, I think she really impacted me. It's insane how much like a person I've only met for like, honestly, she's not in my life anymore, but who I met for such a little bit can have so much like impact in my life. Because I talked about this last time, where like the way her character and like everything, I saw that and I was like, I think the lessons she learned, it was like, that's what I need in my life. Not her, but like, like the way of thinking. And I was like, why haven't I done this? And I think part of me wasn't like ready to admit. I think, because this kind of goes back into the other part where like happiness is a struggle and it takes effort. So I think part of me, I was consistently in a loop of sadness where I would kind of put myself, I would feel bad, kind of like comfort myself through sadness with sadness. And that this was like a whole fucking cycle that I was like purposely putting myself in. And I only really realized it after interacting with her. It was like, wow, what am I doing? Here's a person who is living her life to the fullest, even though I don't know her completely. There's probably stuff going into like in the background, but here's a person who's taking control of her life, living, being happy, completing her dreams, being around people who are close to her, who admire her, who appreciate her. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I stopping myself from living that life that I want? And it's just me. That is truly this. And it's you against you. And I don't know if I said this in the other recording, but it was the fact that, when someone says that it's all on you, it's not a sense to belittle people that, belittle them, be like, oh, you're living a miserable life, like you did that to yourself. Not in that sense, but a way to kind of give light that no matter where you are, it's still possible to live that life that you want, because the change will always come from you. More fucking quotes. I love quotes. Life is not coming at you, it's coming from you. That the energy, not in a sense energy, but like the stuff that you put out into the world, your actions, everything, your habits, your feelings, comes from you, and then that will cycle back to you. So it's all comes from you, comes like that. So just put out in the world that what you want. If you want to live a happier life, do those things that make you happy, be a happier person. Even though if you don't feel it, it will come together sooner or later. And yeah, I think that was the kind of main thing I wanted to emphasize in this video is that you can do it. Truly, if no one else believes in you, let this guy, this random person, believe in you for a little bit. At least for today, or at least today. Just, even though whenever you're watching it, even if you're at night or in the morning, do one thing for yourself today and keep doing that. And then build it on later. I think because this is another aspect of like change, is that people are always afraid to kind of like find a starting point. That you don't build, like you don't just start. I think this is a big thing that people are afraid to do, is that they're always like, the new year, the new month, tomorrow, today. Like, it is today, man. Do it today. Do it today for yourself. Do it today do it for your future self. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for him. Do it for someone. If you can't do it for yourself today. But yeah, I think read Atomic Habits. Honestly, a good book. If you want more, I'm reading this book, so I'm probably gonna finish this by the end of the week. It's How You Measure Your Life by Clayton. Apparently it's a really good fucking book. So far, I'm reading, I'm like in what chapter am I? I'm on page 33, and it's basically just laying the foundation that, you know, when you're trying to seek how to be happy, it's not or like for anything, that you shouldn't be looking for answers. You should be looking for a mindset, because mindsets are applied to everything. And yeah, quick recap. Build habits, changes to you, from you. We can do a little segment about relationships, because I think this is where it kind of impacts people the most. Or just in comparison, really. I think a lot of the times we beat ourselves up that people are ahead of you in life, and we kind of get very demotivated. We're like, oh, it's Jover, it's fucking over, GG, because like they're already there. I'm so behind, I can't do that. And I think when we start looking at life, that we're on our different paces, and that you probably have something. There's a lot of things I have in life that other people want, that they want what I have, and I want what they have. And we're all in different sections. We're all different parts in our lives. Like, I'm fucking 20, bro. And my life, I think there's this other segment where like when you turn 20 or when you turn adult, you're like 1 year old, because like you're still figuring out who you are. And I would just say that to whoever you are, even if you're like fucking older than me, way older than me. Like, we all are in different phases in our life, and even if we've been stuck in one part, I think we had to go through all that experience in order to learn where you are now. So even if it took you a fuck ton to realize that this is the life I wanted to live, it wasn't a waste, because you had to go through that experience to be here. And now that you know that, you can start taking those steps. So I'm a quick yapping, because I don't want to say stuff just to say things. I at least want to keep these like concise and informative. But do something for yourself today. I'm gonna go work out, do homework. whatever that is for you, if that it's like getting out of bed, cleaning your desk, even if it's like one fucking thing. This goes back to the habit. It doesn't have to be big. Do one thing a day. If you're living in your room and you think it's like messy and it's too much to do it all at once, just go down to be like 1 cup. Taking that 1 cup, putting it in the kitchen, or throwing 1 piece of trash away. Going on a 10-minute walk. Doing something just a little bit today, and hopefully that builds on. But overall, I'm gonna go upload this. I'm gonna go walk all the way to the gym. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. Hopefully this helps someone. I need to think of a quote because I want to end this off on a positive note, but like a positive note quote. But remember, happiness is from you. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.